Hello, true beauties. As you can see, we are going to jump straight into this awesome makeup look. If you know who I am, you know I love special effects. And for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Eden. This is the channel Essentially Elevated, and we're going to jump right into this awesome snake look. I have never been a snake before or a reptile person, but I was inspired by a girl on Instagram, and we're going to jump right into this look. As you can see, I have attempted to block my brows. I cannot find my glue stick, but we are going in with a couple of things. One, I do not recommend you doing this method I did, but it helped because of the contrast. The reason why I would not recommend it, or the con I have for it, it is alcohol based, so it dries out the skin, and because it dries out the skin, it tends to flake. So I would not recommend doing this. I would try to go for an actual liquid foundation in gray or a face paint, and try to do that first and let it dry completely, and then go back over it with the color that you want, or mix it with another green color. If you have not done this before, again, I really do not recommend it. You can moisturize as much as you want, but you will pay for it in some way, shape, or form because of how strong the base is. It is a temporary hairspray I am using for a base, and I mixed it in with the actual face paint from Snazaroo, and I will have all of those things listed below, but I am telling you as an esthetician, do not do this. The reason why I did it, because I was not thinking. I wanted it to be super pigmented. As you can see, when I put the face paint on top, it is the pigment, the opacity is there. It just gives the color that I'm looking for. So I was thinking about what brings out the color more versus how to healthily or have a healthy routine to achieve the look that I wanted. So again, I do not recommend you doing it the way that I am showing in this video. I was thinking more of makeup artist versus esthetician. So do not do it. But anyway, we are going in with a dense face brush, foundation brush, and we're going in with a little bit of Snazaroo, and whatever I feel needs to be touched up, I'm going in with the temporary hair color. You can find those at Walmart, especially down the Halloween aisle around this time of year for like $2. And I'm using the colors gray, black, and green. And I'm going to take my Snazaroo and go right on top of what I just recently sprayed to give me more of an opaque coverage. I don't want any spotting. How that be ever, because again, this is an alcohol base temporary hairspray. It has more alcohol in it, so it's not healthy for the skin. But I wasn't thinking as an esthetician, I was thinking as a makeup artist. I wanted coverage. So I'm going in covering as much as I need to cover. I'm covering the neck area. And again, whatever I can't cover, I go in and try to spray it and lay it down and blend it out as much as I possibly can to give more depth. I want you to know up front, your arms will get tired, okay? You will be blending for a while. This is why I'm saying going with a more cream base versus what I did as an alcohol base will probably give you better coverage, and you don't have to blend as much. Again, I saw the look, I was inspired. I never did anything quite like that on myself before. So I was like, why not give it a try? I mean, I was inspired. I will have the artist down in the description box. I saw her on Instagram. Her name is Sarah Omer. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, we're going to do it. She did hers in a natural or a more everyday, like with a regular foundation, basically. It was her skin tone, and she did a reptile. And I was like, since it's Halloween, we're going to amp it up a little bit, and we just going to do green. And that's how we just took it. We just took it and went with it. And as you can see, it gets a little splotchy as you go along. And that's the reason why I'm telling you, for one, for your skin, don't do it. For two, you do a lot of blending to cover up, because it does get patchy because it's drying out the skin and it's nothing to adhere to. Now, mind you, if you are new to my page, I do prime, wash my face, you know, do all the basic necessities before doing any face look. But because of the materials I used in this particular look, it still wasn't enough. I probably needed a serum and a moisturizer to go on top, probably not to give me as much patchiness as I had. And I'm going in with a regular face spray to give me more control over what I'm putting on, so I don't have to use as much to get the outcome or achieve the look that I'm looking for in this particular look. Basically, I'm doing a lot because I used the wrong materials. So I'm giving you critiques as well as walking you through it. Right now, I'm going in with black from the Crayon case after spraying on the black temporary hairspray to give more depth and contour to my face. And we're blending out. I'm just stamping everything on. And I'm using Juvia's Place, the Army Quad set. And I'm going in with a dark evergreen to contour and give contour to my face as well. Now, I've used another Snazaroo paint with that. I'm going back in and just shading all of the spots I've did. Now, for the shapes, I know I did not record it because I felt like it was going to be too long. It took me 2 hours to do this look, and the only reason why I feel honestly that it took me that long to do this look was because of the fact of, again, I had to go back and retouch a lot of areas because it was peeling and breaking and cracking, and I didn't like it. But if I didn't have to do that, I think it'll probably took me like a regular routine if I was to do any other face I've done. So probably like an hour and 20, hour 30 at the max, if I didn't have to go back and touch up, believe it or not, because this face wasn't as complicated. So what happened, or what I've done for the scales and the special effects, that's when the special effects come into play. I'm taking the hairspray and kind of dyeing the cotton so I can add the teeth onto the side of my face to give a little bit more realistic looks. The reason why I love special effects is because you can take anything and make it into something else. I'm taking regular nail tips, 2 different sizes, one big, one small, and I'm cutting them into triangular shapes. Once I know where I'm going to place the nails, I take the nails and glue them to the side of my face with Lash adhesive. So I'm taking the regular nails that you see, after shaping them the way that I want them to be shaped into teeth, taking a little bit of glue, adding it to my face, and also adding it to the back of the nails for extra security, and then placing it onto my face and making sure that it is tacky so it can stick better. After that, I'm taking a little bit more glue with the cotton that we've dyed or painted and adding that as a skin. Now, another critique I would like to add to this look, I would thin out the cotton a little bit more. Now, I know I only use like a quarter, even though as you seen on screen, I kind of tore the cotton pad in half. I only used a quarter, and even then, I'd probably thin it out. I'd probably take that and peel it into in half because I want it to be flat to the skin. And as I apply the cotton, you're going to see what I'm talking about. You see how thick it is? Once I peeled back a layer and then went back and colored it and flattened it some more, it began to look more realistic versus it just being something crazy on the side of my face. So that's just a critique point and a tip to help you if you want to go and achieve this look to make it more realistic. I'm using a pair of scissors. I use that for lashes to cut off the ends when I feel the lashes are a little too big for me or my clients. And I'm just kind of molding it into teeth shape and just shedding and cutting off as much as I need to. As you can see, it's still just a regular cotton right now. Looks more cotton-like. I take a little bit more glue and mix it in. Liquid latex for something like this would be a breeze because it melts or blends in with the cotton a little bit better, and you could definitely use it with water and get more spreadability. I know that sounds crazy, but you get more spread to make it look more flesh-like and adhere to the skin a little bit better. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helps. Another critique for this look is me going in, when later on in the video, you're gonna see me use the yellow for my eyes. I think the only other critique I would have, or a tip I would say to improve this look, is for me to go further up on my brow bone to make it more realistic. Because my brows are somewhat blocked, I would have liked to have taken the black up. Me looking back on it now, to make the shape of my eye somewhat bigger to be more realistic. And as you can see here, you're going to kind of see what I'm talking about. I mapped out the liner of my lips. Well, can't talk. I mapped up my lips with the liner, a black matte liner. And I kind of mapped out my eye look of where I wanted it to start and end somewhat. So I'm taking that same liquid liner and going in. And as you can see where my brows are, I would have taken the black up to the brows and just making the eye shape a little bit bigger, because it'll be little bit more realistic. And again, with the shading of the scales, I just taken a concealer brush and a lighter shade of green. And if you are a nail artist and have done a scale look on a set of nails, it's basically the same thing. I'm just taking a line, mapping it out basically in the center of my face and on the bridge of my nose. And once I get the desired line or shape of what I want for the main scale look, I just go in between each scale and put a smaller line or thinner line to give more of a scale appeal. And towards the top of my forehead, I did basically the same thing. As you can see, there's a center line of the scales being there, and on the outer skirts, I just added more to make it more realistic, to give more of a complex or depth to the look. Now, as you can see, I'm adding the shade black from the crayon case, and I'm going in and shading it to give me a halo look to create the snake eyes when my eyes are closed. Again, a critique for me, or a tip to make this more realistic, because looks like this, it's all about the detail. When you pay attention to the detail, it just makes it that much better, I promise. I would have taken it up to the brow bone. That's the only other critique. So the critiques I have for this look: kind of thin out the cotton when you're adding your teeth, because it makes it more realistic. And as you can see, I've kind of added color to the teeth. I added acrylic paint to it. I added red towards the tips for blood, and kind of added a beige color to the nail itself to make it look more natural for a tooth. And I also would not use the temporary paint. I would have used a cream-based paint to give me the contrast or opacity that I wanted, for the color to be just as vibrant as it is now, because that was the reason why I did it. But as you can see along my neckline, it is cracking because of the alcohol, the amount of alcohol that is contained in it. And taking the black up a little bit further to the brow bone to make it look a little bit more realistic. So if I ever decide to do this look again, I'm going to take my own advice and probably give you guys a better outcome for this look. Did it last for a while? Yes, because it is an alcohol temporary base, but you know. Also, if you have a yellow eyeshadow base or a yellow color corrector, I would definitely use it for this look, because it helps with the yellow for the shading or the shadow of the eyes, because it helps the color pop more. So that's what you see me doing right here. I had a little bit of a color corrector, and I'm just adding that onto the lid of my eyes to give more depth and opacity. I can't say that word today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't say that word. It gives more depth to the color. It just makes the color more vibrant. It doesn't make it splotchy, basically. That's the reason why I'm using it. As you can see, I'm going in with the crayon case, the box of crayons, in yellow, and just basically dabbing all over what we just did. And I'm not going in like a whole bunch of times to give me good coverage. The reason why is because we have a good base to give me good coverage. And I just love the way the eyes look. I scared somebody because I closed my eyes. They was like, oh, wait. This really looked like a snake. I'm like, that was the point. So if I ever decide to do this again, I'm probably going to do it in another color. Probably brown and black. I think that'll be dope. If somebody else beats me to it, just let me know. Like, tag me, let me know what it looks like, because I'm definitely thinking about redoing it just because. Taking a little bit of a eyeshadow with a wet brush and just giving my eyes the line of a snake. And as you, hopefully you can see it later on in this video. The reason why I wanted to take it up, I'm telling you, it just made it more dramatic. It's good where it is, but I really feel it would have made it more dramatic. And I would have rounded out the eye just a little bit more, like right there. You see it? If I would have taken it up just a bit. Yeah. Added a little bit more yellow just to give it just that extra pop of color, more realistic. Just awesome. I really enjoy doing this look. But this is basically it. Hopefully I didn't talk you guys' ear off. But this is my critique, cons and pros of this look on how I did it. Of course, I'm giving you what not to do now so you can get a better outcome later. I had to respray my neck with the green just to give more depth. I'm kind of liking it because it gives a brighter contrast and more realistic snake look. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll be dropping another video soon. Give me any questions or suggestions for more looks. Love you. Thank you for spending time with me. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'm adding in my fangs. I had trouble with those fangs, and I bought those like from the store, right? Next year, I'm gonna be making my own. We don't gotta go through all that. I had to cut it to fit my teeth because it was too big. But yeah. You see, like it didn't want fit. Crazy. But anyway, this is pretty much the look. Hopefully everything comes out awesome for you guys so you don't have to struggle as much as I did. But I had fun doing this look. And I thank you so much again for sharing and liking this. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. I have more videos for makeup looks, but I haven't done one like this in a while. So just wanted to share. Thank you, babies. Catch you later.